Blast me to the mortal realms. It's time for the Mad Merlins review of Warhammer Age of Sigmar Stormbringer, issue 43 by Hachette Partworks and Warhammer. Hello everyone, welcome back to another Warhammer Age of Sigmar Stormbringer video review. So, just received my latest delivery consisting issues 43, 44, 45 and 46. We got some good models this issue, this delivery even, and including this issue actually. Before we dive into it, we do have a special letter that's come with this delivery. So we've got our third Encounters pack, this one featuring Radakar the Wolf. So a really cool vampire model. This guy goes for £25 and we've got him for an exclusive subscriber price of £9.99, so less than half price. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting this guy. Never got round to picking up Cursed City. So yeah, this will be the first time me owning him. So I'll definitely do this guy when he turns up on the channel as a special extra video. Might even paint this guy up using the paint guide as a exclusive Patreon video. So yeah. So as I said, this is the third one of these we've had now, and I'm really hoping we get a fourth one with a order figure. I've looked at quite a few ranges, and I'd like something Sylvaneth, but I'm thinking perhaps, I don't know, Seraphon are a bit too new, but maybe something from the older Cities of Sigmar range, perhaps. Either that or possibly something Fire Slayers. That's the only things I can think of. Or, like Daughters of Cain, actually. Would be nice to see that fairly recent Medusa character. That'd be quite nice to have. So yeah, we'll wait and see. Hopefully a fourth one would be nice. But yeah, we have Radakar coming soon. So stay tuned and I will be bringing this guy to you on the channel. But moving on, we've got issue 43 to look at. And before we do, don't forget to do all the usual. Like the video if you're enjoying the content, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and follow all the links that I've got in the description if you so choose. There's one for an affiliate link for Curton Games if you are, anywhere in the UK. They do shipping UK-wide, and they have a store in Crediton down here in the southwest. And finally then, there's also the Patreon page, which there's going to be exclusive content now every month, every week, hopefully, at least one video a week, and plenty of posts. So yeah, I'll be sharing all my updated hobby stuff. I've actually started doing some hobby, so there's posts of that also here on YouTube, and I'll be doing one at the end of the week where I round up everything I've been doing. So yeah, we got issue 43, and it's a fantastic set because it comes with the Tree Revenants. So this is the full kit. I believe these are 35, I think, but 5 models. So $8.99 isn't too bad for these fantastic models. I've actually got a set from the Mortal Realms Premium Kit 2 that I got. Sadly, I painted them up and sold them off with a bunch of other Sylvaneth stuff that I had from a store closing back in 2021, I think it was. But yeah, so we'll have a look at that. Right, I'll adjust the camera and we'll see what's in issue 43. So here we have our issue. So we get the Tree Revenants, the Cycles of War, and the Perils of Chaos. And yeah, we get 5 fantastic models, and building up these guys as the Tree Revenants. And in a later issue, we build up the alternate version, Spite Revenants. So here's our frame. Let's have a close-up look. So yeah, we've got one set of body for each of the models, but there are specific arms for the Spite Revenants, so these vicious-looking claws, and the Tree Revenants, which we're actually going to be building in this issue, all use these special melee weapons. There's also a beautiful banner with loads of detail on it, and also a set of pipes for a musician. So kit is chock-a-block with loads of details. We have hair pieces for each of the slightly different heads that we can put on each model, so you can slightly personalize each of the different models in the unit. I'm personally planning to pick up an extra copy of this, so I can have 2 units of 10 Tree Revenants and a unit of 10 Spite Revenants, because they are all both pretty cool units. But yeah, loads of really nice details. Tree bark looks really cool. There's the heads, so you can glue a different hairstyle on each of the heads. There's specific bold heads for the Spite Revenants, like that one there. Yeah, all in all, really cool. There's a nice variety of different weapons, so you can have a different weapon for each of your 10 guys in the squad. So, really cool. And we get 5 32mm bases for them to go on. All in all, pretty cool. Right, let's start going through the issue. Excuse me. So I will apologise if I have breaks in speaking. I am a little under the weather at the moment, but I'm trying to push through it and bring content to you all. So in this issue, we have the Great Cycles, the Perils of Chaos, Tree Revenants, Collect, Build and Paint Articles, Rules of the Tree Revenants, and we have a new mission for the Scout Pack, the Dwarden Mechanisms. So, the Great Cycles. The Sylvaneth think of time as a series of cyclical epochs. Like the seasons, the ages progress from one to another, each taking its allotted time and serving its purpose before inevitably giving way to the next. So there's a nice little bit of background information that details the life cycle as you would of the Sylvaneth groves. So the Age of Myth was a season of peace and prosperity for the Sylvaneth. So relative period of abundance, plenty of new groves created. During the most peaceful time, Alariel also retreated from the weakened alliance that eventually happened when Nagash decided to break the peace treaty. Then there's the Age of Chaos, so a lot of the Sylvaneth groves suffered greatly at the hands of Nurgle during the Age of Chaos. Now we're in the Age of Sigmar. Alariel has returned. Here we see her being rebirthed. And now the Great War against Chaos and even destruction has started anew. And as we enter the era of the beast, even the trees aren't safe from becoming infected with the rather bestial rage that is in the rising at the moment. Next up, we have another little in-lore article, this one on the Perils of Chaos. Attend, faithful disciple, for the words of Brother Mutkard. The forces of darkness close in about us. Heed the teachings of Sigmar's devoted servant and renounce corruption. So, yeah, it's a nice little article. You are reading it as if you are a brother Muchard there, a disciple of Sigmar, and he's detailing what to look out for and avoid if you don't want to be corrupted by chaos. So, chaos is the eternal enemy. See a bloodthirster leading a Khornate army facing off against cities of Sigmar with knights and a demigryph there, plus plenty of cannons on the hill. And be ever vigilant, and if you do see any sort of chaos infestation, notify your local witch hunter. Just be careful, the witch hunter might actually kill you for having witnessed chaos. Moving on then, we got a collect article for our Tree Revenants. Tree Revenants are sombre and deadly Sylvaneth infantry. Beneath banners of silk, they advance on their foes, utilising secret spirit paths to catch enemies unaware. Once in combat, they slash ferociously at their opponents, wielding their enchanted blades with unmatched prowess. So each unit of Revenants belongs to a specific household. We have a home glade title there to choose and roll on. Unit traits, and then of course we can use the naming article to name the unit, and we have our usual tick boxes for something we've achieved in game. Next up, we got our build article. So we got a lot of components that can be used freely over each of the different models. These are the actual weapons that they wield, their left arm, which is part of the tree that they inhabit. And we've got the heads, so 2 identical heads there and 3 unique heads, with 4 unique in total. Those can of course be chosen and mixed and matched with all the different hairstyles we have. So the instructions will tell us how to build a Scion, who is a unit champion with his glaive. It also shows us how to build a Way Piper, and finally a Glade Banner Bearer. Then what you do with your last 2, you can do whatever you choose. So just follow the instructions, build up the bodies, and then freely mix and match your weapons and arms. So yeah, really fantastic models. How to paint them? Much the same as we've done with our previous Sylvaneth. So starting with a base coat of Catachan flesh. I personally will be using Dryad bark on mine. Then we're using Wraithbone to pick out the softer wood as well as the banner and any bits of rope. Auric flesh on any of the green details. So the upper branches, the loincloth of the champion, details on the banner. Corax white for the spirit weapon and the actual spirit energy of the body, as well as the pipes and the haft of the banner there. Corn red for the trim on the banner. Runelord brass on all our little trinkets. Then we're shading the wood with non-oil, as well as the banner. Agrax Earthshade, we're shading the golden trinkets. And a Finian Camera shade on our green. Finally, we're using Gryph Charger Grey then to shade our ethereal energy. It's a little too grey for my liking. I think I'd prefer something a little more on the blue side. And that's them for the moment. We still have quite a few more paints we're going to add to these guys later on, but they do look pretty ferocious, I think. Then we have their Warscroll. So movement of 5, save of 5, plus bravery of 6 and 2 wounds each. So they're pretty chunky models, tanky guys. So they have enchanted blades and they have a protected glaive for the champion. So each having 2 attacks, 4+ to hit, 3+ to wound, -1. 1 damage on the enchanted blades, but 2 on the glaive. So we have a champion, add 1 to his attacks characteristics, and he's armed with a protected glaive instead of the enchanted blade. Standard bearer, so 1 in every 5 can be a standard bearer. Standard bearers models in this unit can move up to 6 inches when they make a pile in instead of normal 3, so that makes them pretty swift and deadly. Then we have a musician, 1 in every 5 can be a wave piper in this unit. If you have a wave piper in your moving phase, it can walk the spirit paths instead of making a normal move. If so, remove this unit from the battlefield and set it up again anywhere within 9 inches. Away 9 inches from all enemy models. And then martial memories, so once per battle round, they can use the all-out attack or all-out defense command ability without spending a command point or having it issued to them. Then we have our keywords, so Order, Sylvaneth, Noble Spirits, and Tree Revenants. And we got tutorials on the back for each of the different abilities, so the standard bearer, musician, and then martial prowess. Finally then, for this issue, we have our scout mission pack, which is Dwarden Mechanisms. So our Force of Order is the Knight Arcanum and the Arch Revenant. Then we get to take either 5 Vindictors or 5 Vigilors, and either 6 Gryph-hounds or 5 Tree Revenants. So yeah, fun little mission. I'd definitely go probably 5 Vigilors and then 5 Tree Revenants to back up our characters. The Forces of Destruction, they get the Swamp Caller Shaman and the Killer Boss with their grots. Then either 10 Gut Rippers or 3 Manskewer Bolt Boys, and then Molog and the Marsh Crawler Slogoth for option 2. So we got our mission then. The Dwarden Mechanisms. The Order player picks their army and the Destruction player picks theirs, placing 2 objectives along the centre line. We got deployments on the short edges using that wonderful T-shaped river. So it lasts for 5 battle rounds, scoring points for 1 victory point for each if you control 1 objective, 1 for if you control 2, and 1 if you control more than the opponent. Then we have the Dwarden Contraptions special rule. At the end of your turn, if you control an objective, your opponent may move that objective 6 inches. This happens after victory points have been scored. So yeah, things don't always seem to stay where they are. Then we got a little bit of a playthrough for how the people behind the magazine, Ian and Eve, have played their actual mission. Finally then, we're looking into the future. So we have 2 new paints with issue 44. Skeleton Horde, a lovely contrast paint, and Balor Brown, a nice little sort of leathery, woody, it's a yellowy brown, perfect for highlighting various different things. We also get a small layer brush and we learn about painting the Cool Boy shields, so we add extra details to those. Issue 45 then, we get Lunar Smasher Fanatics, we learn about the armies of Shyish, and we have a brand new battle plan. So yeah, I have all of those issues, as I've just said, so they'll be coming very soon to the channel. Right, I'll bring everything back in, and I'll give you my final thoughts on issue 43. So yeah, a rather fun-filled issue, great value as well, $8.99 for a kit that's at least 30. And a rather nice kit as well. I love the Sylvaneth. As I said, I've built the Spike Revenants before with the Mortal Realms Premium Kit too. But sadly I did sell those with a load of other Sylvaneth stuff that I had from a store closing down and selling off loads of cheap stuff a few years back. But other than that, I'm really looking forward to building and painting these guys. As I said, I want to pick up another issue or 2 of these so that I can build at least 1 unit of 10 of each of the different variants. lovely kits. The banners are nice and detailed. We got the options of the musician. The champion looks stunning, really cool with his glaive. And yeah, for $8.99 you can't really grumble. It's a brilliant price to pay for a brilliant kit. The issue itself, we've got some good information about how the Sylvaneth perceive the passage of time and the ages of the mortal realms. A little bit about chaos, and most of the issue is dedicated to building and painting our Tree Revenants. So the next issue we get this kit is issue 47 or 49, I think it is. We get this again, but we are building the Spike Revenants. Personally, I would probably build those as Tree Revenants again. Not the biggest fan of Spike Revenants. They are more savage in their ways. I like the martial look of the spiritual weapons that these guys have. But they are your kits, you can do as you wish. It's just personal preference that I like the Tree Revenants better than the actual Spike Revenants. And I think they will look quite nice with the Arc Revenant leading them. But yeah, there we have it. Solid issue, 5 out of 5. I can't grumble. Probably say 6 out of 5 because it's a great value set. Definitely worth picking up multiple copies of this issue if you are a Sylvaneth fan, like I plan to do. I'm a big fan of the Sylvaneth. I love the whole living trees aesthetic, and yeah, plan to definitely expand this army. I already have the Belfanos box, which I'm planning to build up at some point. Just waiting on a nice painting tutorial on how to paint the insect. I really struggle when it comes to painting glossy, natural materials like an insect's body. I just can't seem to get a very good effect on them. But when it comes to painting trees, I have several good methods that really work. And as of this video, Sylvaneth are tied with Flesh Eater Quartz to be the subject of my next painting video. So yeah, there will be a painting video hopefully coming soon on these or the Flesh Eater Quartz. But let me know what you thought of this video in the comment section down below. Are you a big Sylvaneth fan, much like myself? If so, what are your particularly favourite units from the Sylvaneth range? I think for me it has to be either these guys or the Kurnoth Hunters. Those guys are awesome. I'm definitely going to be building mine with swords, I think. They look really dynamic with the swords. But yeah, let me know in the comment section down below. We'll have a good old chat, and yeah. So, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, stay safe and keep hobbying. Goodbye.